You're beautiful, aren't you? Yes, you are.
Right, muckers. So, a Leyland 602. As you'll be aware from the previous videos we did on it, these are the things we had to do. So the fuel system was absolutely full of spaff. There's no two ways about it. Probably been filled from old drums and whatever, and it adds a right whole lot of shite in there. So we took the tank out and we cleaned it out thoroughly. I mean, completely cleaned it out.
It ain't got no gas in it.
And rinsed it and dried it out, and that's like new inside now. Oh yeah, that was broken on there, the actual tank support. And so Kimberly did all that, put it all back where it should be, and then welded it. So that's all now nice and strong and solid. So we then put on a new tap, we put on completely new fuel lines, all the way up to the lift pump, which had obviously been replaced because it was like virtually new, because I'd imagine that the old one, the diaphragm had split because they'd put so much shite through it. But we then had to look into that, because if all that old stuff had gone through, it had obviously done no good whatsoever to the new lift pump, even though it had probably been on there for a few hours. So we took this off and took it apart, and well, this is what happened. So there we go, Mucker's brand new lift pump, as we say. Oh yeah, that is some proper right old pterodactyl shite. And yeah, I mean, this is why I said we'd do it. I mean, oh, fuck's sake. Hopefully this top gauze has stopped everything getting any further. As it So, just look at that.
What is it, Randy? Do you have any? Oh, Randy!
Will you look at that? Is that the biggest crap you've ever seen, or what?
So, there you go, Marcus. This is what I'm saying. This is all through filling your fuel tank out of cans, dirty cans and whatever, and not from a clean fuel source. So there we are. Virtually brand new lift pump within a matter of hours. Basically ruined. We can rebuild it. We're going to, but yeah. As I've seen this now, I don't trust anything any further. So we're just going to go for a full rebuild. So there we go, all cleaned out and rebuilt. So we can put the clean new gauze on the top, and put the lid on, and we're away. Unbelievable.
Good soup.
So that's rebuilt, and that's on there now. New lines again, the other side there, all up to here. I've had the manifold all blasted and cleaned all there, so that's all good. This has all been degreased inside, because that was just dipping in oil. And obviously put on a new filter. So we cleaned all these through as well, all the top in there, all new seals and everything done, and that was all fairly good. However, we also took out the fine gauze, which is in the back of the injector pump, and most people forget to do that. So we did that. And then we went and filled this up with fresh, clean fuel. Probably the first time that's happened in years, I'd imagine. Anyway, so that's all done, Muckers. We've got all the fresh fuel in there. We've got all new fuel system put onto here. Now the big question is, will it? Well, of course it's going to fucking start. I should hope so, the amount of time and effort I've put into this. So, let's give it a go. Right, that's enough. Right, stop in. Straight up. So, really pleased with that. As I said, we know it was a runner before, but ran really badly because of all the old spaff in the tank and whatever, and right in the fuel system. So we did the right thing to replace that. And I bought all the parts from Charnley's, who were ever so helpful on the phone as well, because they know these inside out. And basically, there's one or two things I've been sort of buggered about with over the years, and I want to put it back how it should be. And they sort of said, yep, you need to do this, that, and the other. couldn't have been more helpful. So a big thank you to them. But yeah, so she runs now. Now, if you're new to the channel, you might be wondering why we're doing this tractor. Basically, it's because we're doing it for a collie rescue charity. Now, I'm a big supporter of collies, you know, because they're a working farm dog on sheep and cattle and that. And they're also great pets. But sometimes not all of them have such happy lives, because be that through that their owners pass away, or they're neglected or abandoned, or sometimes people just get fed up with them. You know, they're just, oh, I can't be bothered with it now. It's grown up and it's eaten so much that, you know, just...
You know, morons.
Anyway, well, the thing is, the Collie Rescue Charity, Protecting Breedlove Border Collies, has a fantastic network of volunteers and fosterers who make sure that these dogs have somewhere safe so they can be assessed and eventually rehomed. But, you know, this all has a cost. One of those costs is at the exercise areas, at the big paddocks and, you know, grass areas, because they're not exercised on concrete, they're exercised in nice grass fields and everything, but the grass has to be cut. And they have to use contractors, and that comes at a cost. And they don't always turn up when, you know, you want them, because they're busy elsewhere.
Are you the farmer? Stop saying that, Withmill! Of course he's the fucking farmer!
So we thought, well, if I get a tractor for them, then they're totally self-sufficient. They can cut the paddocks as and when they want. So that's what we've done. So we've got this out here, old Leyland. And we've got to do a bit of work on it, and that's where the muckers have been fantastic in their support with donations and whatever, and buying merchandise off the online shop, which is lordmuckshop.com. And therefore we're getting all the parts and we're getting this up and running, and that will go to the Collie Rescue Centre, as I said, and they can top their own paddocks and do all what they want to. Now, it was several years ago that I first went there to get some footage to show you lot. You know, the video's in my video library if you look, when I first went and showed all the dogs there. And there was a couple of favourites, obviously Bob and Tom and that. And Bob and Tom are still there, and they're still happy. And things like Tom being a case in point, because Tom was a fantastic working dog, top level. And then he went blind. And people often ask about Tom and Bob, and how are they and all that. So, muckers, something a little bit different today. We've seen the tractor. Now let's see the dogs.
This is Mott. And he is stunning. And yeah, hey, you're just so lovely, aren't you? Oh, big belly rubs, look. I know, yes, all the belly rubs, all the belly rubs. What's his one? Why has he come in?
Not working on farm, was he?
So he wasn't up to standard.
No.
So he can work, but he wasn't good enough.
He can work in the yard, but in the field he doesn't listen.
Yeah, doesn't listen. But that's not to say he isn't absolutely fantastic, and you are, aren't you? He is wonderful, aren't you? You done? What you done, boy? What you... Look, what's this? What? What's this? Here. Just a big snuggle, aren't you? Just a big snuggle, aren't you? Right. So this is Blue, and that's Cardi. So, Cardi never really got to the bottom of the reason why they didn't want her. There was this excuse, that excuse, and the other. I think it's probably because she didn't work that well. But as far as a dog with a fantastic temperament goes, she's amazing. And she's quick. I'm fast as fuck, boy. I'm fast as fuck. Look how gorgeous she is. You are so loving, aren't you, as well, aren't you? You're a beautiful girl, aren't you? And that, here's Blue. Here's Blue. So, like, thank you. We'll do you in a minute. We'll do you in a minute, Blue. Just, no, okay, so, as I said, how can you ever... Oh! Right. So, she is just the most loving dog. Got such a beautiful temperament, haven't you? Oh, I know you just want to be adored, and you are adored. Anyway, she's lovely, but I know you're a good guy. Right, you're gonna play. We're gonna do Blue next. Right now, Cardi, there's not, you've had your chance. You've had your chance, Cardi. Right. Those two absolutely adore each other. So I don't think I could show you any footage of Blue when he came in, for the simple reason he just looked like he's about to die. His waistline, so from the front of his just around his waist, basically around his hips and his waist, I could encircle it with my hands. I've never seen a dog look so bad and still be alive. Now, it wasn't as such neglect. It wasn't that he hadn't been fed, he just could not keep weight on. And now you can see, I mean, he's got the shape of a dog again. Honestly, that was how thin Blue was. Top of my thumb, that was just almost just rib to spine. I just couldn't. It was awful to see. Look at him now. He's still got a way to go. But happy, healthy. And I noticed the difference, obviously, because I don't see him every day. So when I come, I can see it. He is 3 times the size that he was when he came in. And it's just through perseverance. It's through having the determination to find out what's wrong with him, not giving up on him. And that's what it's all about. Now, I've got Cardi here as well, obviously. But Blue, you're gorgeous, aren't you, Blue? You've got a lovely face, lovely eyes. But Blue is lovely. Yes, Blue's lovely as well, Cardi. Right, so, there we are. But, yeah, Blue really does look nice. And he's a lovely dog. Really is a lovely dog. Well, you can see that. I'll have to tell you that. You can see that. And Cardi loves the limelight. What on earth are you two doing? You're mad. You're both mad. Right, get away, fall over. Blue, see your lovely face. Oi, Blue. Yeah. Good boy. Look how much bigger you are, aren't you? Huh? Just you are, isn't you? You look lovely, don't you? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Good boy. Oh, hello. Hello, gorgeous. What are you doing? Oh, you have a little play now. We have a little play, are we? We have a little play? You're a funny boy. Yes. But everybody that sees him absolutely just falls in love with him. Lovely colour, but he's just got such a wonderful temperament. Hello, Bob. Hello, Bob. So we all remember Bob, because Bob was the one who used to be scared of his own water bowl. Literally, he'd just crawl past his own water bowl. And he's going to be here now forever, because it's where he's happy. It's been a couple of 3 years since last on video, isn't you, Bob? Eh? Yeah. So there we go. And he's very happy, and that's because of everyone's support that you can do it, isn't it, Bob? Yeah, thank you. So there we go. Now, for anybody that watched the video before when we had dogs out, everybody will remember one dog in particular. This is Tom. Now Tom was actually a $2,500 dog. You know, he's an expensive dog, and Tom's just having a mud out. You're losing a few pounds this morning, Tom. Yeah. Right. So, hey Tom, are you a good boy? You remember poor old Tom? Well, I say poor old Tom, but Tom's totally blind. You can see that in his eyes. I mean, they're, yeah, aren't they, Tom? But aren't you just the most gorgeous dog ever? So Tom is still here. He's happier than ever. So that's what all the money goes towards, is helping dogs like Tom and all the others. Not just here, all across the country, because there's foster homes all across the country that are used, where dogs are taken and assessed. And you know, then they make notes about them, whether they're good with children or good with cats, or you know, good with other dogs and this, that and the other, good on the lead. And then that way they can be placed into you know, new forever homes where they'll, you know, live the rest of the days happily, hopefully. But Tom's happy here. Tom's in the best place, aren't you, Tom? With all your friends and Bob and all that. You love Bob, don't you? And yeah. And this is what it's all about. Well, for me anyway. Is it? You're very good, Tom. You're very good. It is what it's all about for me. Because it's dogs like this that get a chance, get a second chance, don't you? Because you are just lovely. Are you enjoying this? Is it nice in the sun? You can feel that old warmth, can't you? What? What? I know. So, like I said, this is why I do what I do. This is why I raise money for the dogs. And what, Tom? What? Have we got to play? Okay, we've got to play. So Tom wants to play now. But yeah, this is why I do it. And I can't do it without all your help. But yeah. Like I said, he's a proper farm working dog. Tom was, and his day, as I said, a really good one. But as soon as he lost his sight, you just be like having a tractor that, you know, throws a rod and loses its engine. Just no good. But anyway, doesn't matter, Tom, does it? You're living your best life, aren't you? So there we go. You can say bye-bye? Tom says bye-bye. Apparently that's bye-bye from Tom. Good boy. So there we are, muckers. What can I say? That's why we're doing it. And that is why I can't thank you enough for all your support. All of you, seriously, I cannot thank you enough. I do this YouTube thing, you know, as I said, to try and educate, to entertain, and just pass on what I'm doing, you know, so people can join in with other stuff I'm doing. But this being just very, very close to my heart because of the dogs and that, and you can see why, I hope, you know. So thank you all. Are you going to say a big thank you as well? Yes. So that time again? It is, isn't it? So there we go, muckers. Until the next one, do well.